Hi everybody. I'm going to use this week's to talk about two subjects that everybody is really speaking about right now. The first one is the visitation. We have not gotten the final process done. Our legal team is partnering with the state of Florida to determine what this looks like. But I can tell you that whatever the visitation is, they are not allowing people to go into residence apartments. So we will have to find a space within the community for a signed up visit for people to social distance and visit within the community. So as soon as we have that process outlined with the health department, we will pass that on to you. So I'm anticipating sometime within the next week, we will have those answers. The second thing that I really want to talk about is food delivery, the quality of the food. I've heard lots of concerns from people, and as has Richard and Kristen, and I first of all want you to know that has not fallen on deaf ears. I have escalated all the complaints. There are some things that we can manage here locally, and I'm going to address those. And there's some things that I need to get approval to do. And I have, like I said, I've gone to the head of culinary for the company right now about those. And the one thing from them that I need is permission to not do the repetition. That menu was rolled out. And as you know, like this week on Sunday and Monday, there was lasagna for lunch both days and lasagna for dinner both days. That is something that we've been asked to do. So I'm trying to get approval to not do that for our community. So more to come on that. But I have heard you and I am listening. The other thing is more relevant meals for our clientele. All of you, we've known, and I've been here over a year. Richard's been here for almost 2 years. We know what you all like. And some of the things that are being mandated are not things that you all like. So we're working very hard to make those changes. But the things that we can control are the quality of the food. The quality of the food has not changed. What has changed is the ability to serve the quality of food, the difference between having it be on a plate in the dining room versus being delivered to an end user in their apartment. And there are many things right now that are not traveling well. So we are, and by we, I mean Kristen and I, are grabbing the food. We are trying every meal that is going out to you of the specials and some non-specials, like periodically say, grab me this, grab me that. But we're taking them from the cart so that nobody knows that we're taking them. So they're not making special meals for us. And what I found is, in comparison to prior to being delivered versus getting to the end user, there's some changes in the food based on how they travel. So for instance, I looked at lasagna that just came out of the kitchen and tried that, and it was delicious. It was the cheese was moist, was not hard. The sauce was not everywhere. And then when I grabbed a lasagna from a cart that had been going around our community and had been sitting for a while, the cheese was hard. The sauce went all over the place. So what that tells me is, that type of thing, we need to look and manage the delivery better. Possibly the sauce should be in a little bullet container that we pour on after. So we need to look at some of these things, like enchiladas in the kitchen tasted wonderful. Enchiladas after they had been delivered did not. So it's how it's being delivered versus how it's tasting. We're also looking at, we've gotten hot bags. They're going to be delivered so that we can actually put the containers in a hot bag, so that first of all, they're going to be more condensed in there, so less chance of them moving around. The other thing is it will keep the temperature better. We're also trying to eliminate the styrofoam containers and put more things in the green reusable containers. So that's another change that we think will help with getting the quality of the food to keep from the kitchen to your homes. I think I spoke about portion size. We're looking at the portion size. We're weighing things out based on what the nutritionists are telling us. We're actually doing a little more. So for instance, based on the serving size, if they're saying it's a 4-ounce piece of chicken, we're probably doing 5 or 6 ounces. So I think there is room for improvements. I know that, when you look at things like scoops of salads, we need to be careful and we need to be doing quality checks on that. And, we are doing that. I just want you to know that I take this very seriously, and I understand that right now, without a lot going on, food is the number one thing, and it needs to be. You should have a meal that you're looking forward to, not one that you're going to throw out and have to figure out what you're going to eat. So I understand. We are working very, very hard. I have escalated it. We are doing quality checks. We're spot checking. Kristen and I are going to have daily meetings with the servers, because some of it I think has to do with how they're handling the food. Maybe they're shaking things up so the sauces are going everywhere. Maybe there's certain things like when you try to deliver garlic bread just with a condensation in a case, it's going to be soggy. So maybe that's not the right thing to deliver. It's not a perfect science, but we need to, look at these things. I think, 3 weeks ago when we were doing our own menu and not the menu that we've been asked to do, I had not heard as much noise. So I think the more options we have has been a positive, but some of these specials are really not conducive to delivering to an end user in their apartment. So we need to very quickly make some changes to that. I do want you to know that we are trying to do some special things so that we can try to get some normalcy there. So we know that we used to do birthday dinners. So now what we're going to do is, starting in September, we are going to do birthday dinners again. Of course, they will be in your apartment. But since we've missed April, May, June, July, August, and September, we missed 6 months of birthday dinners. We're going to do one special meal for everybody in the community in the month of September. And then starting in October, we will give out a birthday menu to those who celebrate a birthday in October to give them the special birthday meal. So we're also trying to figure out how to do some special. We have several days that are chef specials. So we want to introduce some things back that we used to have in the dining room back to you. So I can tell you my number one focus right now is going to be food, as is Kristen's, as is Richard. The three of us met today. And today's Tuesday. You're going to hear this on Wednesday. We had a very long, extensive meeting. I grabbed 2 meal samples from tonight. They were great. We've grabbed some over the weekend that were not so great. So we need to determine what travels well. The ones tonight did not have sauces on them, and they really traveled great. So maybe we need to put sauces in a container, like I said earlier. We need to see that. And I do need your feedback, good and bad. If there are things that are working, then I want to make our menu with things that are working. If there's things that are not working, let me know. Take pictures, give them to me. It is definitely not falling on deaf ears. I want to make changes to make this food and the dining options better for you and more to what our standards should be. So please reach out if you have any questions. Keep the feedback coming because I can't make changes unless I know what the issues are. But know that We are all now, director team, especially Kristen and I, grabbing meals so we can try them to see how they're traveling, how they're tasting, what the consistency is. I'm looking at before and after from when they came off the line in the kitchen to when they actually get to you all. And also understanding that many of you are microwaving them or reheating them. So what type of food is really going, if there's something that has a lot of cheeses on there, or if there's bread, it's not going to reheat well. So we need to take that into consideration too when we're looking at the menu. So I appreciate your time. Please know that I've gotten all the feedback and I thank you, and keep it coming. But I do need to know what's going well as well, and I need to know what's not going well so that I can make the changes as quickly as possible. But thank you, and I hope to hear from you soon.